往这边坐一下，往中间坐一下。
So, hello everyone. I think we're started. I will actually continue setting the Facebook because we have some problems, but we can continue the whole live here. This is Ben from Karate, and how are you guys?
Hello everyone, my name is Eli. So nice to meet you everyone here again on Monday. And today we will talk about our LCD 3D printer. There are a lot of difference between the FDM and the LCD printing technology. So if you are interested today, I will do a detailed demo on our LD-002R and let more people know how it works and how it behaves. So firstly, I remember a couple months ago I did an open box on this machine, but that time I didn't do too much information about the detailed structure or like detailed printing. However, today I got a chance and I have used 3D printer. I mean the LCD. So I'm gonna show you what's the outside, what's the inside. I'll do a explanation. Also, I'll just run a couple testing models, and we can see how the models looks like, and if you think it's for you or you have suggestions, and we will talk about that. Well, so in front of you or in front of me, you can see this is our LD-002. Well, it's quite a square box, and if you look at the outside, it's not huge. It's just a medium-sized 3D printer. So there is huge difference between the FDM, such as Ender 3 or CR series, because when you look at them, it's like DIY machines, and you have a lot of motors, stepper motors, limit switch, all the wires on the outside, and I believe you are familiar with how those printers works. However, for the LCD 3D printers, if you look at it, it's like a early uh, manufactured product. You don't see any exposed wire, and also you don't see any exposed motors or any limit switch. Uh, uh, but however, you all see like a nice designed and finished product, as you can see here. So it has black color on the bottom and semi-transparent acrylic for the cover. Okay, so firstly, I'm just gonna tell you about the size. When we have these printers on your home, you can put it anywhere. There is a small room. Basically, it is okay. You can put it on your desk, next to your bed, and any other any other place. And it looks good, so people will like it. So for the size, I'll just do a quick check. And okay, the height will be 40 centimeter. 40 centimeter is about 15 and a half inch. Like this, it's not huge, it's about like here. And basically, the top view will be square. It's about 20, 21 centimeter. It's about eight and a half inch, like this. Well, This is the basic size, and the weight will be 8.7 kilogram. It's quite heavy because on the bottom it is made of sheet metals. If I lift up, yeah, it has some weight on it. But on the top, it's very simple because all you need to do is remove this cover. This is made of acrylic and it's well designed. If you look at it's come from one extrusion machine, so there is no glue or any other paste on it. It's just one piece. In front of it, it has Creativity logo on it. Okay, this color basically allows the user to see what's going. Okay, so after I remove the cover, all we can see is basically this is our work area. We have from top we have our build plate, or we can call it platform. So basically, the model will start from the bed, and then it build up upside down, unlike the FDM printers. On the top of it, I just remove angle. So yeah, you can see it better. It's like this. Basically, on top of it, we have some nuts. We can unlock it like this, and slowly we can remove it. So the thing here is our model will be built layer by layer, and it will stick on this plate. This is made of aluminum. If I bring it closer, so I would have some resin on it. Just ignore it. This is our platform. Basically, you can call it hotbed, but it's not hot anymore. It's aluminum and the CNC machine. If you want to, basically this size will be the print size. The maximum print size for our LCD or our 002R will be, let's have a look. Okay, so basically it's seven and a half width, 7.5 centimeter for the width, and for the length it's about 14 centimeter. If I just go this way.
I want to say a quick question here.
Yes.
Yeah. So people are asking why there is no larger format SLA printer.
Okay. If you are talking about the SLA, there is slight difference between SLA and the LCD. SLA is basically more expensive, and it's meant for manufacturer or industry, like such as like machine shops or other companies. They use these printers to do some production jobs. But for us, for like individuals, we use these LCD printers. It's small and it suits for everyone's needs, and the price is super cheap.
Yeah. I think maybe you could sit down because I think your head is.
Okay. It's kind of weird because no one can see my hand. You know, and the voice come from nowhere. So any questions before I just go forward?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay, so okay, I'm just sitting here. Well, basically, like what I mentioned earlier, um, our model will build up from this, and here will be our first layer. Nothing else important. Yeah, one thing important is, as you can see, we have two screws on each side, and we also have a U slot. This allows us to do some leveling because when we do leveling, the our platform will move down and it will touch our screen. So at this moment, we can adjust this plate. Make sure the plate is touching our paper or something like that. Then we relocate and then we level. So the leveling basically is really simple compared to our uh, other FDM printers. We will talk about the leveling later. Okay, so yeah, we are still here. I thought the signal was lost. Okay, so I'll just put it back at this moment. Oh, I should wear my glove. Basically, the resin is kind of it's not that harmful, but it is a little bit harmful for people, because if you touch it with your fingers or your skins, you might get some allergies from it. So I couldn't find the glove from the package, but I found some glove, while I'm eating lobsters like this. That's fine. That's good enough. Mm. Well, so if you look at the backside, we have a very strong machine. You can call it extrusion or our Z-axis, basically. This is. So um, if I move closer, here is our Z movement or the Z slider, and we are using the lead screws like this one, and we are using the linear lure for a stable and reliable movement for the Z-axis. So this structure really gives our machine a good performance. Okay, so can we change the camera to the close-up? Okay, so we're gonna change the camera to the close-up and let you guys see the details. Well, here is the linear wheel I mentioned. And so you also can see the this is the thumb knot I was tightening, and this is the two screws, and this platform will be moving freely, which allows you to adjust the leveling things. Okay, so if I rotate my machine other side, uh, a small piece of metal. This one basically is our limit switch. Not the limit switch. Basically, this is thing is touching the limit switch when you get the zero for the axis. And on the bottom, we have a filter fan. We need this fan because the lesson basically is going to everywhere, and it has some like a smell. When we running the machine, we have to cover it up, and the filter fan will be running, and it will just refresh the air for minimum. Okay. Next to the filter fan, as you can see, what where I'm pointing is the limit switch. This is the electronic limit switch instead of the mechanical limit switch. So I believe most people prefer the electronic one because it looks better and they are more precise. Okay, so let's go to the back, and you can see the power cable connect from the back side of the machine, which makes it looks better because all the cables are hidden in behind. Okay. Finally, we are using a USB instead of our like TF card or SD card. And here we go. We have a USB port for any USB we can use. And in front of our machine, we have a screen in front of us. And here is our power button. So basically, this is the basic structure of our machine body. And if go back to the middle, we can see this plate, basically this vat is our thing holding the material. Unlike the FEM machines, we are using filaments such as PLA or TPU, which are all solid, and it's like strings. So for the LCD printers, we are using the resin. Basically, they are all liquid. Different resins has different properties. You can choose the one you need. Basically, what we have right now is called standard resin. Maybe we have some links for them. You can get from our website. They are like liquid. They have different color. What I have right now is white, or it's like a milk. Okay, so here is a detailed view about our vat. Basically, this is the tool for the material. For example, if you want to start a project, you just put your material inside it, and approximately just a matter like how much you need by using this gauge. On the two sides, we have two thumb screws again for us to tight this vat on our machine. Make sure it's not moving during the printing. And the structure of this one is very simple. But this one, the main body is made of CNC machined aluminum. And on the bottom, we have a so-called FEP film. Basically, this transparent plastic allows the light come through, but it's still holding the material without leaking. Just one more word. This is the FEP film, and we are offering, I think, one package like this in our machine when you get them. So on the back of this one, you have the whole instruction for, like, let's say, telling you how to install this film, so you don't have to worry anything. Well, let's get some resins materials. Basically, we have, here. Basically, we have all different, let's say, resin materials, and you can get from everywhere on the market. But we are offering like some materials you can get from our website. But like what I said, we have the materials has different properties. Some are like very brittle, some are very strong, and some are like rubbers. Same like our filament. We just need to choose the one we want. Okay, one thing we need to remember, because the resin has some like a harmful smell, and it might be harmful to your skin. So you have to wear some like a glove or some mask on your face. Make sure you get protected. Okay, so also there are different colors. You can see I mean, yeah, it really, you just choose your favorite color for yourself. We have black, white, transparent, whatever. That's enough for our offsite structure. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on the machine and let people see the screen information. Because our screen information will be different from the N3 or any other printers. And we are, I mean, for those FDM printers, basically we are all using the modern firmware. Well, for the LCD, I mean, for this one, it's using the Raspberry Pi, so it's smaller, but it's powerful, which allows us to use the USB port or any other like screen details. For example, the preview of our models or G code. I mean, no, it's not G code, but some code. So I just simply press the button. Okay, this way. Okay, I just move the screen a little bit down so you can see what's on it. All right. As you can see, after I turn on the machine, it's really quiet. I only can hear the noise from the fan, but nothing else, because we only have one stepper motor for the Z-axis. That's one reason. But also, this machine is very quiet. If your wife just don't like noise, I mean, this machine is really good for you, for your family. And you can put it in your like bedroom or any where people will not notice it while it's working. But yes, it will create some noise. It will create some noise when the z-axis are moving.
Quick question here.
Yes. Okay.
So people asking, I don't know if you're going to answer this. Is that can LD-001 firmware upgrade to LD-002R firmware?
Okay, so this is a very old question because LD-01 from my memory, I never use it. And I don't know how that machine, I mean, I don't know details about that machine. And I don't know what mainboard or what other firmware it was using. Are we making the 001 animal?
No.
Okay, so I will ask some technical people to answer your question. But from my knowledge, I have no idea because I never using that machine. Yeah. And yeah.
I think another question I will answer myself because it's about accessories tab on the official price store. So Gary asked, are there plans to add spare resin tanks? We are working on that and then we are pushing, but temporarily we do not have that this accessory bag, so it still need to wait a bit. So we understand.
Okay. So are we have international issues right now?
No, everything is great. No.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'll continue. So as you can see, our screen is showing the screen information. And okay, so I'll just do a quick introduction on it. As all we can see, it's created on top. And I believe it's the view it. Okay, I'm just using the screen to see the screen. So I believe, yeah, here is a tool. And we have system in the middle. Also, we have print. Basically, this print has the oil files, and you can if we click it. Okay, maybe I'll just go this way because I can see it too. Nice. Okay, now I can sit down and tell you more about it. All right. There is some reflect of the light. Let's cover it up. Okay, so if we go to the print, and there are some so-called CTB files. For example, if I click one, surprisingly, it gives us a preview of the model, how it looks like. Unlike the FDM printer, you will not have these functions. But because of the Raspberry Pi and the main board, it allows us to see the models before we print it. And also we can, we can delete it actually. Okay, I'm not going to do that at this moment because I will print this one later. If I go back to the main menu, first one is tool. In the tool section, we have manual. Manual means we are moving the zero, moving the z-axis. We can move it down. We can move it up. Okay, let's give you a other look. Okay, if I press the down button, up. Okay, we also have a home. Home means moving the z-axis to the home position. I'm gonna do it now because I'll show you something about this is not like leveling because I already leveled it, and it's really simple.
Okay, quick question here.
Yes.
Steven asked if there is a limit to the number of prints you can do before pressing the button.
Okay, so this is very interesting questions because you have to tell me how big your print is, and our volume for the vat or for the tank is kind of limited. But I don't know how much. I don't know how much liquid I can put in. But we will not go full because when the platform moves down, the liquid will raise up. So you are asking how many prints you can print before you replace the plastic part on the tank. Well, it really depends on different projects. I don't have a number for you, and I don't have a limit for you also. So this is kind of some printing experience. And to be honest with you, I normally print small parts such as this one, and I never run out the material. So this printer basically is made for a small part because our print area is small, and it's made for printing detailed objects such as characters and some art or some jewelries. Well, back to your questions, you're gonna figure it out, but it's really a good question. I never tried it. Okay, so let's change back to our camera. I'll just tell you some. Okay, so in the close-up camera, I'm gonna show you the leveling things because the leveling is really easy. What we need to do is when you get the new machine, when you do it, you're gonna do the leveling. Well, the step will be simple because all we need to do is like what I said before. We need to lose these 4 screws and make sure our platform is flexible. In this situation, we're gonna press the home position. And then, before we press the home, we have to put a paper on it, same as the leveling on the FDM. When I press the home button, our z-axis will move down until it touches the limit switch, which is this one. You see the red light come from it. This is a noise from the stepper motor. It's not a silent bell board. you have to make sure this platform is flexible. Otherwise, it might there is a chance, if it's too low, it might damage your screen. Too touch. Okay, so this might mean to be my zero because you see my paper was tight, but it's not. I can still move it like this. I like this tightness. That means my home position is okay. My print will start from this position. Okay, remember, this is okay because we have a paper here. We still have this thing when you doing the real print. So this thing, this film basically replace this paper in a way. And your platform will touch this one, and this will be your zero layer or your first layer. Now, after you finish the leveling, and we don't have to do any other setup. I only need to do is move our platform upside, and we will put our VAT back on it, and we can start printing. Yeah. This is up. I need to go more up until I can put my VAT inside it. It should be fine. Okay, so slowly put your tank on it. There is a cut off on this plate, so it's really easy to guide your VAT in it. And also we have two thread hole on it, and we can slowly tighten it. You don't have to tighten it too much. As long as your VAT is fixed on it, it's fine. So for the material, basically you choose whatever you like. But recently I was doing some interesting experiments. I was mixing up some pure material in one tank, and it gives me interesting colors. Those colors are unpredictable because you will never know what's going to come out from your print. Well, that's an experiment, but you can try it at home for yourself or for some interesting things. I did one, not too much, I did a little. For example, I mix white and red in one, and the color will be a little pink. Well, that's not important, basically, but it's very interesting tryout. So, before I'm gonna start the print, I just get this one. This is black, I believe. Yeah, this is black. And I'll add a little bit on it. Do some, oh, this is green, actually. Do some interesting experiment. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So I mean, when the platform moves down, the color will mix. So we will never know what it looks like at the end. Okay, so everything is ready, and as you can see, the setup for the printer is super easy. I mean, even anyone can operate it, can do the setup after a couple of learning paths. So I'm gonna put this cover back because I don't want to die so soon. Well, it's not that bad. Okay, let's back to the main screen. Oh yes, let's talk about the software. Basically, we are not using Cura anymore. We are not using any other slicing software like Cura. For the LCD, we are using one. I mean, basically, what I'm using is one called Chitu Box. I think it's a free software, and it's very famous and it's very convenient to use. So basically, same as Cura, we all need to do is put our model, either STL file or other 3D printing files into it, and do some slicing. The slicing process might be unfamiliar like the Cura, but you will get familiar with it after a couple trying. And then we do some slicing and saving files and save it to our USB and then print it. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the oh, okay. I'm gonna go to the print and choose one of the demo. I made a Scorpio symbol for myself, and so let's print this one. It's small, and it will finish quick. Press the play button. It means print. Okay, 1%. You see, at 1%, it shows me one graphic. This is the basic the structure of the first layer, how it looks like. That is super convenient. It tells you where the printer is and what it is doing. Okay, so while it's printing, it's gonna take less than 10 minutes. I mean, around 10 minutes, basically. Oh, you want to take it out? Yeah. Okay, sure. Let me see it's not neither for ourselves. Okay, where is my mask? Okay. So we just move the. Okay. It's kind of like messed up in a tank, but don't worry. We are doing experiments. You know, everything worth to try. So. Okay. Yeah. So, well, it's doing the printing. Any questions I can answer? So. Oh, okay. So, I think today not many people have this printer, so they may have. Yeah, then you will like it. Okay. So I'll just do a quick explanation how this thing works. Okay, my mask. Well, basically, the principle is kind of not simple, but I need to do some explanation. The whole idea for the LCD printer is using the UV light, which is such as like 405 nanometer wave, light wave, which has the high energies. The resin, I mean the special light sensitive resin. When the resin received this light and it gets solid. Basically, this is the basic theories or the principles for this printers. In this machine, on the bottom we have four UV lights, which are generating 405 nanometer light wave, and which is powerful enough to solidify. So is that called solidize? Okay, make something solid the resin into solid pits. Okay, so but the light must go through a screen which controls the structure of your layers, such as if you are making a cube and the screen will tell will only like the cube structure go through, cube light go through actually. Well, this is the basic idea. So I'll just show you some example I made earlier and let you guys know how the finished part looks like. It's a yeah, yes. Okay, let's change the another camera. Okay, so I have some examples. I didn't make big parts or big projects on the LCD because normally I was using the FDM printers for my project, and but these printers are so good at making some characters, some game characters, some animals, some, things like detailed structures. Well, for example, say if I pick up this skull, the head. If you look at it, okay, just like this.
Yeah.
Some people tells me this technique. Okay, if you look at it, you will never think about it. This is from a 3D printer. You can look at the curve and look at the details. Everything is here. It's just like come out from a mold. And the feeling of attachment is really nice and it's soft, and you don't have any sharp edge on it. Okay, one more. For example, this uh, this thing, this project. Yes, magic hand. Look at the surface. So there is also another advantage of the LCD printers. For the FDM printers, we have problem when we set up the support material, or we have to remove the support material at the end. But for the FDM, for the LCD, the support material is really easy to remove, and so in some case you will not need a support material. So the final part of your 3D printing has a higher chance when you use the LCD printers instead of FDM. Because in some cases, your FDM printer is just N3, for example, your material or your filament breaking in the middle, and your print was ruined. And sometimes your first layer was not stick to the bed, and it ruined again. Lot of things happens during the FDM printing. But for the LCD printing, there is less issues when you doing the operations. So this is really reliable, and you can press the print button and leave it at night. Okay, one more example. So this is our Chinese character. Look at the face, look at the eyes, so sad, right? And look at the detail. This is the biggest advantage about the LCD. I mean, within the budget you can accept, basically. It's not expensive, and you still have the chance to make great part. Then let's talk about the accuracy or the precision. So for example, I made a cube. I believe a lot of people did this test when you get your printer.
Sorry, let's stop you.
Yeah.
Is that the document?
Oh, not.
And
Okay.
also a quick question here. You're talking new color being made and so much premium use. I think we need to get back to the because it changed to like the white and green color. I don't know why I also have questions why the
Okay.
itself.
Basically, this, yeah, I mean, this is the same idea as you are doing the painting. I mean, you can just imagine like you are drawing some paintings. Either you went to the painting class or not. When you mix two colors, it creates a new color. Well, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's horrible. So that's the interesting things of our life. I mean, it's always good to try. That's my way to using printers. I'm not like other people to do everything every day, same and same. And one day I get some new idea. I'm gonna try it out. Yes. Okay, so for you know, honestly, I never set up a laser time according to my, I mean, self or personality. I only use the default setup from the G2 box. So I didn't change the layer time, and I, 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 I don't know what's the difference also, because I mean, to be honest with you, I don't use this printer very often. But I mean, once I use it, I just I just press the button and I go. I don't have to worry anything, and the result was what was great for me. So the question I will answer that Frank says anyway. So I think all competitors have their great way of us to learn, and we will continue to improve. So any thing you may want us to upgrade later, please mention here. Like Frank said earlier, any plans of releasing a bigger brother to the LD-002R, maybe with 3-axis build plate and 4K more screen. So we will feedback to the company and see what we will get in the future. And as Eli said, we are trying still. So we'll see if I don't know if end of August, if we come out something big. You know that we have CR6SE Max, and we really were already working on the I think the LD-002R Max, but for the specific I think specification, I do not have detail. I think also about Eli, I think as well. So, but anyway, any further questions, please ask. And also, okay, there's questions that they said, can you guys share the idea of this character Naja? Yes, because I'm just using a model from other co-workers, so I'll ask them to give it a series on the YouTube, on the Facebook, because I don't have it, and like what I said earlier, I don't use this printer normally. And also another question, think about maybe FDM, is that do you have flexible material like the rubber to print RC card times? Okay, this is a question for you. Do you have rubber materials? I think temporarily we do not have, but we'll see if we could. I think company could purchase some later. Yeah, I think ourselves we do cooperate with some manufacturers, but for these flexible ones, I think you may ask in the community. Let's see, our users what they are recommended. I mean, you could join our Facebook group, official group. There are like more than 50,000 user there. So you can maybe put us questions, see what you got. Yes. I think people still mention about this mono and CD upgrade. Yes, that's our future upgrade. We are working on that, and we will let you know as long as we have new information. Yeah. So, I'll just talk one thing, precision, because we still care about how accurate our part is. Not for some models, because we don't care our noza is big or small. It's really not that important. But for some people like me, which are using the 3D printers as a tool or as a machine to do their project, the tolerance or the precision is the first priority, because we don't care how good the surface looks like. We care about if our lens should be the one we designed. Okay, so we still need the close camera, the small camera. So what do we? Okay, so This is the cube we did many times. I believe you did it too when you first got your printer at the first time. So I'm gonna check our dimensions. For example, this is 20 millimeter square. I have my vernier. It's not a high accuracy vernier, but it's fine. It should be fine for the daily use. Okay, so for the y-axis, look what I got. I got 20 millimeter point 04, which is good enough. I mean, how can I say that? It's perfect for printers like this. Even when using a machine, it's it's already good enough when you get this number. Okay, so x, for the x, I'm kind of not that good as y because I have 0.8. That's still small. It's so small. That's 0.8 millimeter. Yes. What's one thing I have to mention is the z-axis. The z-axis will not be that accurate. If I look at it, the z is shortened. Okay, it's here. The z-axis is about uh, 0.38 millimeter shortened. It's all because our first layer. If you look close, our first layer is expanded. That means more material was built up on the first layer, which caused the shorten of the height. This is one thing we just be noticed. But overall, it's really good printing quality. So, do you have any questions at this moment?
Yeah. Any first questions, please ask Eli here, and I think he has. I think we have less than 10 minutes here and answer all your questions. I think for some people you may be very familiar with printer, you already printed, but some people maybe you just first time see it or just seen a long time, but you never have experience with. You could ask any questions you think for later buying or any just wondering here. So I think he will give you some questions and sorry answers to for reference.
Okay, so one more thing at the end. Can I just go back to the small camera? Because I saw you something more.
Yeah.
Let you guys know more detail about the material, basically. The material I have right now is kind of standard. It's suitable for any situation. But I will just let you know how it feels like. Basically, it feels like a wax. And it's a little bit brittle. Sometimes it's easy to break because it's strong, but it's brittle and it's fragile. When you cut it with a knife, uh, it's still you can feel the hardness, but you can cut it. Unlike the filament, when you cut your filament or you clean it, you have layers or hairs like that. But the LCD printers don't leave any layers or higher on it. It's just one solid piece. Okay, okay, this.
Let me go back a little bit. Yeah.
So you can think about it as a hardened wax. That's the feeling of this material and the printing quality. Okay, so
Interesting. People asking how many variants is there for this printer?
okay, three basically, only three. I put a little bit red color in the beginning. We will not notice it in the, at all because it's only come up like this. It's a little bit pink in a white color, but at this moment I don't know. So because the time is gonna up here, I'm gonna stop it because this is 60% already. 60% finished, but I'm gonna stop it and we will have a quick look how it looks like. Even I don't know how horrible or how good it will become. I'm just click the stop button, confirm. Okay.
Question here. Is that can you print using castable Ryzen?
Castable. What? Yeah. Let me just see what is castable. Our oh, castable.
Castable.
Wow. Interesting question. I never think about that. So I don't know the temperature resistance about the material. The lesson I'm not familiar is property. Um, I mean, yeah, we need to Google it. I mean, I need to Google it. So I have no idea. I never tried it because for me, my material kind of limited. I don't have many options at this moment. But yes, that's a very interesting idea. Okay, so I'm gonna raise my platform a little bit up. And then I'm gonna unlock, okay, where is my cloud? It's safe. Okay. I'm gonna unlock my platform. Slowly move it. I don't want any lessons come out. Okay. Okay, this is in the middle of print. Scatter paper. Oh, okay. You see, I unfortunately I don't have many green color on it.
Nice.
Yes, this is the in the middle. So we can see some in fill like this, the hollow side, the hollow things. Okay, so basically, when we remove our material or the resins, we have to clean it with alcohol because if you wash it with water, it will not be get cleaned. So I bring some water here. Okay, it's not water. It's just alcohol.
It's not white.
Okay. I'll put it into a small cup. This material is very messy because I don't want to touch any of them. It's not only because it's harmful for your skin, it's only because it's so like sticky and it's very hard to wash out. But as long as we have alcohol, it should be easier. So just quickly wash it. Wash it. Okay. Just get some tissues. Unfortunately, I don't have any green because I want some green on it. I don't have any green because maybe the green color wasn't going there. Yeah. This is the middle, and this is the first layer. I have some green on it, but it's not very noticeable. Noticed. Mm. Well, still, it's a good printing. I mean the quality. For the color, okay, I leave you guys to try it out. Maybe you can create some interesting color or some horrible color. It really depends on you. But you know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna try because I have to finish this material. I have to finish it, and so we will know. Maybe we yeah. Okay, that's it. That's my live stream for today. Well, yeah, still, if we can answer some questions at this moment.
So I think it's pretty much today. If you have any further questions about this printer, you could just comment in the live, in the below live comment section, and I think we'll answer you later with our colleagues. And thank you so much for Eli give us very detailed presentation here, and talk about the details and your questions. So you have a great day, and I think pretty much here, and I think Eli will continue to do so many tests, also some color mixing. And I don't know, like he said, maybe it's really a perfect, wonderful prints of a color. Maybe it's a horrible, but anyway, it's a fun. So
yes,
I hope you guys enjoy today's live, and have an awesome day.
Yeah, see you guys next
today
week.
or tonight. Anyway, just stay safe, stay strong, and catch you later. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye. 还行。